Welcome back, guys, to Reality Unscripted. And today we will be reviewing the Housewives of Dubai. And what are your thoughts on the girls this episode? What were your thoughts on the episode?
Um, Let me see, because it's so funny that I just watched the episode. um, I was not necessarily here for who it was. Someone really kind of rubbed me wrong. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Sergio?
Yes.
Sergio.
I probably wasn't here for Sergio this episode. This episode made me see that he kind of have a childish kind of energy to him,
Yeah. And I
and
was rooting
like
for him last
I
episode.
was
And
rooting for him because the last episode I was like, damn, it's kind of adorable. Like, who wouldn't want
yeah.
their significant other to like be obsessed with them and all, but like I saw Stanberry's frustration because she literally was telling him, and then he got angry when Michael came in and tried to like diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
But
But the
I
fact
feel
that
like
they so easily made up once they moved into the house, he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm sorry for how I came off or anything like that." Um, so let's get into that scene.
All right.
So we saw where they were packing to move out of the Michael's house finally,
Mm-hmm.
and he was helping packing Stanberry's bags, and she was on the phone with the developer trying to get things in order before they actually move in. And we saw where he was consistently, despite her saying that she is busy or she's dealing with something, and physically he can see that she's on the phone dealing with something.
Yeah.
He was consistently, and a part of me was like, is this really happening in real time, or is this edited, chopping the scenes to make it seem like every 5 seconds he's saying
No, I feel
whatever?
like he's a bit annoying, or can be a bit
I'm trying
annoying.
to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, dude, why are you so nagging like a
Right. It
child?
is, yeah.
And he also got upset when he saw or overheard Stanbury telling Michael exactly
Yeah.
what's happening, and he felt like he's the man of the house.
But she
And
told him though. In between the time when he was
exactly.
nagging her, she did tell him. She said, "I'm dealing with whoever the person name was,
Mm-hmm.
because the house is in her name, and she got to do all of this to get the light, the water, all the utilities on, and like if she don't do it, she won't get the key, and they won't be able to move in."
Right.
So her telling that to another adult they would probably understand and like be less nagging. Probably he should have just gone and like start packing his own shit, because she was
Yeah.
saying it's mine, I would go pack it myself when I'm done what I'm doing. But he wasn't listening to that. He was just still being nagging, so I understand her frustration. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or Sergio, you're not getting a good edit this season.
Not
Like,
this,
it's good
no.
that currently today they seem happy and still together, but this edit this
Yeah.
season is just, well, again, I heard this season was shot 2 years ago, so it's not like a recent. Yeah, it
Oh.
was shot a while, so yeah, I don't know why they're just airing the season. All right, so the next scene is, I'm trying to think what was a highlight really to touch on before we touch on the final dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
To your knowledge, what was another thing that was?
There wasn't much any more highlights, I think, aside from the dinner scene and Sergio and Stanberry. Who else was it? It wasn't much of an highlight, but Lisa, her mama, still haven't decided if she want
Oh
to move to
yeah,
Dubai.
and that's a huge decision. I don't see
Yeah,
why Lisa. I get the fact that yes, you want your mom close and everything, but I'm
yeah.
like, it's a huge decision to take your life and
Mm-hmm.
move to a different country. It's not a different state. Move to a different country and leave it in your daughter's hands to take care of
Yeah.
you, really, pretty much, because it's not like she's moving with a job secured. She's moving with maybe her daughter getting her an apartment and more relying on the daughter and I guess the husband.
somewhat relying
So
on them. And like I think she was, I'm not sure if I'm right, so please don't come for me, guys, but I think she was also encouraging her to like retire. And I mean, it's a big
yes,
thing for someone who has been working, who has been taking care of themselves for a long time.
right.
So it is actually a big deal.
Yeah, and I'm glad that her mom never necessarily jumped so quickly on the idea or just jump on it because
Yeah,
cameras were in her face, so she just agreed to
yeah.
say sure. I'm glad that she actually maybe has some more thinking about it. Maybe current this day, her mom has now made the decision either to move or not to actually move. But I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
that she did not jump at the idea of sure, go ahead and get me an apartment, and I'll just pack my stuff up, retire from my job, and just move and rely on financially on you,
Yeah,
which most parents really don't. And especially she's a Jamaican parent,
yeah.
she's not necessarily going to just throw her hands in the air and say I'll just relax and make you take care of me, like as a
Right.
parent. Yeah. um
Um,
the next
also,
big Go ahead.
you could go ahead.
No,
I
go
was I
ahead.
was gonna touch on Sarah. She's like dating someone or like getting to know someone, I think.
That came out of nowhere for me
It
because at
yeah.
first you were going on a date with someone and throwing a lot of red flags as to why you're not interested in
Mm-hmm.
this person. And then all of a sudden now you're talking to someone. It is.
And it seems like this guy has been around for a while, like has been in the picture for a while, but just didn't make mention of. So it was kind of
Mhm.
like it just pop up like that. So I don't know. There wasn't much to that story though. I think there's more gonna reveal, I guess, when you get to meet the group of girls in the next episode coming, next week's episode.
Right.
Uh that's about it for her storyline. Um
All right. So the big highlight was we had Ayan had her Queen's dinner at Atlantis Royal, where Beyonce as well performed. And we got the conversation again of who was in VVIP and who was
Yeah,
just
oh
in
my God.
VIP
I feel like she's just
and
gonna be
I
saying this a whole season.
whole season. And then we also got where she was the first to her dinner, which is a first for someone hosting a dinner. They're the
Right.
first person there, and I like her. Like she was entertaining herself. She was just there around the table, enjoying herself, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the ladies arrived, and they started going around the table sharing what they like about a specific person or whoever they chose. They shared what they liked.
Mm-hmm.
Stanbury is off-putting because she's like, "What are we doing here?" Like, and then especially between I think it was Ian and Brooks giving compliments to each other, and she was a bit taken back by what
Mm-hmm.
is going on here. And they get into the whole Brooks and Stanbury. Like, if they are good, what is the status between the two of them, and the two of them acting all, yeah, we're good. Like, yeah, what are we talking about? Like, everything is good over
To
here.
me, on Stanberry's side, it's like it's whatever. And then
Hmm.
on Brooke's side, to me, it's kind of being fake. I don't know. That's how I
Yeah, and
feel.
then we got cut. They cut to the interview scene where we actually see where they're not really.
Yeah.
And Brooke seems like she's now on an island because I watched what happens live last night, and we saw where it seems now even Talene and Brooks are not even in a good place
Yeah.
currently,
Excuse me.
because the way she was shading Brooks last night on Watch What Happens Live makes me
Mm-hmm.
see that the two of them are not in a good place, and we saw that spill over in the preview as well, where they
Yeah.
somewhat got into it. And Brooks, this is not looking good for you. Where you're already not agreeing with Stanberry, and you're clearly not agreeing with Ian and Lisa, and now
Lisa,
it seems
right.
that you are your friend that you brought onto the show. Current day, you and your friend is necessarily not in a good place as well. So I really want to know what Brooks has
But
really done so much to piss
yeah.
everybody off at this point.
Or what is going on in real life? What is really going on with her in real life for her to like be
Yeah,
like somewhat burning these friend groups or friend relationships, these
right, right.
relationships with these girls.
Then we got Miss Talene, being the good friend she is, decided to pull Stanberry aside to tell her what was said regarding the guys' night out, which I did appreciate because,
Yeah.
typical housewives, they love to bring everything up at the table to
In the
create
group
this
at the table,
drama.
yeah.
Yeah, to create the drama for the show and everything. So I'm happy that she did a different approach. That's not normal housewives, where she decided to bring
Mm-hmm.
her to the side, and she then told Stanberry that Sergio was saying that the kids are coming for him. Like, the kids are not seeing it for him. The kids are shading him left, right, and center, and
They
he
are
just does
though.
not know how to cope with the fact that the kids are coming so hard for him. And now it seems like Stanberry as well may sometimes come for him as well. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
he's in a house where everybody is coming for him.
Yeah.
And she was taken back by the fact that Sergio really is going at guys' nights and
Mm-hmm.
sharing these intimate details with persons that she's not necessarily friends with like that, because she just met
Mm-hmm.
Tali, literally. Thoughts on this? Did you think that Sergio should have shared this at guys' night, or also what were your thoughts on how Sergio is feeling regarding what is being said regarding the kids towards him, and the fact how Talene decided to? Do you think Talene was right to share this with her, or just mind her business, seeing that she's not that friendly with Stanberry?
I feel like it was right. And the fact that she
Mm-hmm.
received it that well, I feel like it was right. As much as she kind of had an issue with the fact that Sergio is going around saying stuff and it's like telephone. It went to her
Right.
husband and Talene husband told her, and then she came back
Mm-hmm.
to Stanbrook about it. But I kind of like agree and disagree with what Sergio did. I mean, they're on a
Right.
show, and aside from that, I feel like he's stifling. I mean, he was a single person, now he's a dad of three, and he's just
Yeah.
grasping for help.
Yeah. No one is there to rescue
No one
him.
is really there. So I mean, and guys' night out, I mean, I would probably mention it a little bit to get some advice from guys who are actually in a marriage, who have kids, who are, so dealing with
Who
like
has been
basically the
through it,
same
right?
issue but he's going through.
Right.
So I kind of feel like it was okay as long as he ain't talking nothing in depth really of what is between
Right.
him and Stanberry. So I
Right.
think it was okay. I think nothing was wrong with that.
Okay.
Um, and the way that he
And
came back to her too, I feel like it wasn't
mhm,
in a like, I don't
million
know.
mindset,
Yeah,
like,
malintent,
okay.
right. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So after that conversation, we saw where they both went back to the table. But before going back to the
Mm-hmm.
table, everybody was at the table was a bit confused. Like, what needs to be said? Why the two of them left the table to have a discussion? And this is where, when they reached back to the table, we had Lisa, who decided to be the spokesperson of the table and
Mm-hmm.
share that, what was so serious that you guys needed to get up on the table to have a discussion all the way over there. And what Celine was like, he was just, checking on having a
Yeah.
friend's back or something like
Yeah.
regarding that. And Lisa was like still probing and probing and probing.
I think Lisa was doing the
And
most
then
in this.
that's what I got from it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Lisa, I love you, but
I
like,
love
this is
you.
just,
And
you're
then she
doing the
was so quick
most.
to say bitch, quick to say the
That
B word.
too.
It's just like,
She's a fellow Jamaican. Like, we know we are very
yeah,
hot
it's like,
tempered. It's like we're just very to the,
because first of all, we're on a show. They're on a show. Not me saying we're on a show. They're on a show, right?
we are on a
And
show.
it's not.
We're
It's
on a
not the
show.
first time someone pulls someone to the side to have a conversation. So they
Right.
shouldn't be like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Like, come on now. It's a side
But do you think she
conversation.
was doing all of this because, as I said earlier, we're so accustomed to stuff like this being a group discussion, which then we say,
Yeah.
why did you need to do it in the group? Why didn't you do it to the side? So, do you think it's because we're so used to everything being in a group discussion, and then it's like everybody starts to chime in and it creates this, what the
Yeah.
producers want, this
It would
drama?
have been
But then
worse.
because it's to the side, it's
Mm-hmm.
like maybe she was now produced in a moment where she was like, we need to know what was said so we can now have this discussion at
Yeah,
the
because
table as
how
well.
Lisa was talking, I felt like in her head, it was probably something about Brooks or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but Lisa was just doing too much. I'm sorry,
Yeah, team too
Lisa,
much.
and I love her.
Yeah. And I was really like, oh, Lisa, this is not looking good for you. Like, I would
You just let
understand.
it
And then we had
go.
Ian chiming in, basically defending Lisa, which is so sad that now Lisa and Ian are not even friends. I really love to see
Mm-hmm.
what drastically really happened because the way how the two of them have each other's back, even the
Mm-hmm.
fact when she mentioned the fact that how Talene is now chummy with Stanbury, and clearly Brooks and Stanbury and cool, she would not do that to Ian. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, Lisa, I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to get the L for this
Yeah.
because I did not appreciate the way how you were coming at Talene for no
Talene,
reason.
you're right.
But
And she was
that was,
genuinely being a good friend, I feel like.
yeah.
If it was like something for them to discuss, if it was something about the girls,
And
then
I'm sure
fine,
it's
they
going
could
to
have
come up
discussed it
some
there.
point in the
It's gonna
season.
come up some, yeah, but
Point, yeah,
like
I'm sure.
it was something
But
personal. It was just between the both of them husbands, and like I felt like a side conversation was right.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the episode. We see next week. It's gonna be more drama. It's sad that
Mm-hmm.
this show or this season is not getting much in the ratings. I'm enjoying the season. I still enjoy the luxury of it all
Yeah.
because that's what was missing from some Housewives shows, that luxuriness that comes
They
with
literally was
Housewives.
having dinner where Beyonce had her concert. Was
Right.
it not? Yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to see what next week brings. Pretty much, guys, that was the episode recap. Nothing drastic really happened. So sorry we didn't go too much into stuff because our main purpose is touching on the highlights that took place in the
Yeah.
episode. There's no point talking about Taline's dumb beach workout that she was doing. Like, I didn't care for that
I
scene.
was probably on my phone when that
Yeah, I
was.
didn't care for that scene. I think that scene was a little bit too long. I was like, the
Yeah.
fact that the girl didn't even know where the beach is, like, I'm not just throw that scene away. But that was the episode, guys. Let me know in the comment section what were your thoughts. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you guys next week as we will recap the Housewives of Dubai. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.